Hey everyone, good morning. Sunday morning, perfect for some breakfast or brunch here at 2DCon in Minnesota. Glad to be here. Today we'll be doing Battleship Brigade, 2017 game by Trinket Studios, a three-man team out of Chicago. Tom, Eric, and Ben, great guys. They were nice enough to have me out to their studios a couple years ago. Great guys. This is a really interesting game. It's the one-sentence description is a Iron Chef simulator, platform brawler, match 3 puzzle game. So if you're interested to see how that works, we'll be getting started here shortly. We had an incentive for normal or hard mode. I'm good with either one. What one did we end up doing?
It looks like you are on normie mode.
Okay,
we just do a quick last-minute refresh here, make sure that didn't get sniped. It did not.
Okay, well that's fine. That's the category I play the most often anyway. I did do a bunch of practice on that. So yeah, we can get started here on normal. The main difference is just the targets for the cooking battles is higher and the monsters do more damage. So it's not too big of a deal. But yeah, we can get started and get cooking if we're ready. In 3, 2, 1. Let's go. All right, so one of the features of this game is a speedrun mode option. I can hold A to skip all the text on the first available frame, except a lot of it I still have to mash through, but that's okay. So we are Mina Han. We dream of joining the Battle Chefs, the sort of soldier chefs. Oops, that is the... I'm off to a great start. Sort of like the soldier chefs that ventures across the town, helping save the town from monsters and cooking them at the same time, but we are stuck working in Mom's restaurant. The cooking part, as you saw, is a match 3. You've got 3 different elements of gems. You've got earth, water, and fire. And you got 3 different levels of them, 1, 2, and 3. They're worth different amounts of points. A level 3 gem is worth the most at 25 points. Right now we need to just make a 50-point dish out of whatever we have. The fastest way is 3 eggs, but to get the eggs you need the birds to eat stuff. It takes a while. If they cooperate, it's the fastest way, but they did not. Our sister's going to teach us some of our special moves. Mina's kind of like a rogue. She's got kind of like daggers and dash attacks, and got like this teleport move and like up dashes, cool movement techniques. So we're going to take advantage of our full kit of movement here. We're going to, she gives us a cookie jar. We're going to equip that over our bag, and that's going to save us some time here in about 15 minutes. So what do? We run away from home. We join the line for the Battleship Brigade. Mina's a speedrunner of her own, so she skips the line, much to everybody. Everybody loves a line cutter. So our protagonist is off to an audience-loving start. Everybody loves people who just jump in front of you in line.
Those cutthroat tactics for a true battle chef.
That's right. And then we immediately sleep through orientation.
Let's do this.
I didn't check the V-Sync. I hope that's not tearing the screen.
It looks fine to me.
So this is kind of the centerpiece of the game are these like Iron Chef style cooking battles. You have an opponent, a theme ingredient, in this case the Karana, these pitcher plant kind of things, and a judge. What we're looking for is one particular ingredient. They drop 2 different ingredients in this form, the stomach. On hard mode, this fight is one of the most annoying fights, the very first tutorial fight. But on normal mode, all I need is that one ingredient, and we can turn it in. They give us 5 minutes to get the highest score we can, but the object of the speedrun is to get the lowest score we can. That'll win the fight. I've got a whole set of notes here. This is the actual set of notes that I used at home in my world record runs. That's a little too small, so I've transposed them to a little bit bigger notes. I hopefully don't need them, but in case I do, I've got them right here.
Welcome, chefs. Tomorrow.
We successfully have joined the tournament. It only took running away from home, stealing money from mom, by the way, to do it, to pay for the entry fee, cutting in line, sleeping through orientation, using the good grace of the other competitors to learn what the heck we're doing in the first place. We're off to a good start. In town, we have no money now, but thankfully in town are some mini games that we can play to get some money. We are going to need some money to afford some. You need money to buy different ingredients and cookware and everything else you need to beat all the challenges throughout the game. So this is Belchior. He does the puzzles. In the first few, it's just like about efficient matching. Nothing dangerous. You can't fail the first few puzzles at all. He also has a bunch of cats which are named after cheese, which is adorable. He gives you 25 coins for finishing any of his puzzles. Now we're on to Huntress Thorn. She's sarcastic. She has a hangover. She's the best. And she teaches you more about like the environments, more about the enemies, more about your attacks, your moves, kind of thing. So we have that uppercut, which is great for vertical movement. We have that down stomp, which is not so much. We have that dash, which is one of our fastest movement tools. She also gives us $25. And now we're at the Restaurant Rush. The Restaurant Rush will not give us $25. The Restaurant Rush, we work for tips. It's green-blue. And the first two are always the same, but after that it is random. There are 4 different...
Very much appreciated.
4 different patterns. What I'm doing is I just have to match the pattern requested anywhere in the dish, and the customers are happy. And my goal is to do as many of these as I can in this case, 90 seconds. For each one that I do, I'm going to get an extra coin, and ideally, I can use that fact to skip almost every single minigame in this run. I do need to do a couple to be able to afford a couple of books. But like I said, these are random. I do not know which one's coming up. I do not know what the board's going to look like. I have to react to these as quickly as I can. Most of these can be done in 3 moves or less. I did not see that one off the top of my head, so just had to sort of figure it out. When you get into later ones, I will be doing a Mega Restaurant Rush later that is going to pay big bucks. But instead of 4 different patterns, there are 11 different patterns. They are going to be much tougher. Okay. I'm hoping for about 50. We'll see how much I got. 49, that's about right. And we're going to take that money and buy them out. These are the only things available on day 1. And that's all we're going to buy for quite a while.
Let's do this.
So this is our first proper battle we're going to battle Thrash. We're going to head over to Kitchen Coliseum, not Kitchen Stadium. That is trademarked. It's very much different. This is not the chairman from Iron Chef. This is a very different person.
So he doesn't just dramatically bite into a bell pepper at the start of the match?
There is a like animated there's a animated intro scene when you load up the game, and he absolutely does.
Nice.
He absolutely bites into a bell pepper, but he's totally a different person. So it's Battle Bower, and you noticed we didn't even leave the kitchen. So the scoring for this game works. We're going to lose half our points up front for not including the theme ingredient. But we're going to get a 50-point bonus on the end for matching the judge's flavor request of fire. The flavor request is... The flavor of your dish is determined by the majority of your level 3 ingredients, or level 3 flavor gems. So we had fire, so It was a fire dish, which is what he wanted, so we got 50 points. Our movement, the fastest movement is the dashing and hopping. We do the hop. There's a little bit of a cooldown if you just dash on the ground. But we have to be careful because the jump button is also the talk button, and we do not want to talk to people. I forgot to hold the button. I could actually buffer that, but I was too busy talking and forgot to hold the button.
Prepare yourself.
We are not going to be doing any minigames for another 20 minutes or so. I'm going to be doing, ideally, exactly 2 more minigames the rest of the run. Common's outfits change every day. They're fabulous. I love them. This is a Battle Dragon. We are definitely not killing a dragon. That is going to take way too much time. Hopefully, there's some RNG, so there's going to be a treasure chest up here. It's going to have 1 to 2 sauces of 1 to 3 elements. Hopefully it has a water. It does not. So hopefully, we can get one of these birds to cooperate with us. And if the bird lands quickly, it does. It'll eat thing, make an egg. I can break the egg to make a sauce. And we're going to turn in. She wants water way more than she wants dragon. So we're going to just give her some wet beans, and she's going to like it.
Exceptional.
Some wet beans, some wet noodles. Just a glass of water on the side.
Yep.
Meal and a half right there, if you ask me.
In the hard mode, she still wants water. The judge's flavor and the theme ingredients are not random. They're always the same. In the hard mode, we do need to kill the dragon because we need way more points. But she still wants water, which is ridiculous. So I give her a fire curry because you're being ridiculous. So when we beat Leonid, he gave us his special rainbow drops. When we beat Thrash, he gave us his fire necklace. We didn't equip either of those. We're going to fight Caesar here. This is the first day Caesar's available to fight, and we are absolutely going to abuse his signature item that we get, which is going to be a special pan.
Caesar.
So, this is the first in a new realm. So the first 2 were kind of in the forest area. I start the fire pot while I go, because that will continue to cook while I'm out. I just grabbed 2 Verskets right here. I got a tail, which is ideal. This matching takes a certain amount of time. It just will take that much time to do the matching. There's nothing you can do to speed it up. So the only thing you can do is to multitask. So if you can run out to gather ingredients while stuff's cooking, if you can cook other stuff while stuff's cooking, turn your dish in while stuff's cooking.
My congratulations. A travesty.
She didn't like my grass with rat tail, but still enough to win. The first few fights are, the score requirement is quite low. We get the Stoics pan. Instead of a match 3, this requires a match 4, but it turns our level 1 ingredients straight to level 3s. So this is going to let us use our starter ingredients all the way into the end game. Don't talk to people, Nina.
You have time for a quick donation?
Absolutely.
All right. We got $23 from our very own Moonblaze Wolf. Not every day we get to see the famous Chef Ramsey running a cooking game at a speedrun marathon. This is true. I even had to talk to him about language before the run. He was just came in here cussing up a storm, but knows better now.
That's
I'll tell
right.
ya.
That's right.
Ziggy.
All right, so the Windfruit Battle. The Windfruit are at the very top of the Sky Stage, and we're going to hope this is not the pan. This is the pan. I'm going to miss the cycle now. That's the wrong cook, too. Okay. I went back to hard mode stuff by default. Okay, that's fine. I can teleport up to the top. Those, yeah, there's definitely some V-Sync tearing there. I can see that. Oh, well. Nah.
Cool. Unpalatable.
So if you see any weird like horizontal or vertical effects, there's a V-Sync option in the game, and I think I neglected to check that. That shows up really weird on stream sometimes. So if that is the case, I do apologize for that.
From the stream side, it looks just fine.
Okay. So after day 4, we get back into the town and there's a fight brewing, and Mina does the right thing and tries to break up the fight. But in doing so, she throws a dagger in a city, which apparently they don't want you to do, and we get kicked out for it. So we get sent home, tail between our legs, to face the wrath of Mom.
Should have been a carving knife. That's allowed. Daggers?
Yeah,
no
don't
good.
throw daggers. Also, don't steal from Mom and run away to join a tournament after she specifically says not to. So this is where we equipped this pan, or we equipped over our bag, which reduces our inventory space, which means our pantry quest to fill the pantry says out of 10. If we kept the default inventory, it would say out of 12. So our main objective in these, we have to do 3 days of this,
Thank you so
is to keep. It's kind of like a reverse escort mission. We have to keep those cheap cheese, the birds, alive long enough to kill them ourselves. If the plants eat them, we lose an ingredient, and we just want every single ingredient we can, because otherwise we have to wait for them to respawn. So we try to distract them, otherwise they get eaten by the plants, and we just miss out on the ingredient. You'll notice some of the birds are much faster now. Just a bunch of ingredients there. Got a bunch of doubles. Some of them will drop more than one sometimes. It's just random, and it's just a big bonus when they do. So there's a monster blight going around. It's resulting in some gems being damaged like this. They will break if you move them too many times. And it's resulting in some gems being poisoned like this. They will explode if you move them too many times. But if you match 3 poison in a row, you get this little like upgrade timer, which upgrades a gem a level, which I guess represents that the poison has flavor to unlock. All the while we're riding back to our friends still in the tournament who didn't throw knives in town because they're cowards. Give me that.
Gotta say, these ingredients are adorable.
Oh, everything's adorable. Everything looks great.
Real shame you have to murder them all.
Yeah. Give me that. You can't have that. Okay, so this is a 2-minute restaurant rush, which we don't get paid for because we're working for Mom at a restaurant and she doesn't pay for us. So if there's anything from the host, this is the perfect time.
Perfect.
Surprisingly good.
Oh, we are still waiting on some more delicious donations for this delicious run. And does not look like we have any... Oh, wait, never mind. We do have some new incentives coming up. For the Pokemon Legends Arceus run, we got the Arceus fight itself. We need to get to $1,000 for that before the end of the marathon. That is going to be roughly, I want to say 5 hours from now, so better start donating now for that. We also got the clan choice for Pokemon Arceus Legends. You can do the Diamond Clan or the Pearl Clan. I don't think there's a Platinum Clan, but you got those two, so let's see which one we get. And of course, there is the player name incentive for Pokemon Legends Arceus. So if you got a good name, got something fun and or silly, or you want to give yourself a shout out for our very last game for the marathon, you have the option. The power is yours.
Yeah, let's get some donations in for the finale game for sure, guys. So, there is a, ooh, I messed this up. Yeah, I'm just not going to bother. There's a big restaurant rush coming up here in a few minutes with dishes about that difficulty. I was really spending my time trying to find efficient options rather than trying to actually do them, just trying to stare at them, trying to stare into the soul of the game. We got a letter from the Brigade saying that due to the monster epidemic, they need all hands on deck, including all previously disgraced and disqualified participants. So we are back in the tournament
That's you.
temporarily. That is me. That's also our friend. That's also our one of the people that was in the fight that we broke up. So we have another friend that we get to talk to. So I can just didn't pop up. I get to mash on that button a lot earlier because the restaurant's not in the way. Normally, if you try to mash on that too early, you end up going into the restaurant and having to work for a shift, and that's no good. All right, so we're back. I'm going to put my bag back on. I'm going to put this new bedazzled pan. The theme ingredient is supposedly using blighted ingredients, using some ingredients from blighted monsters. In actuality, under the hood, there is no theme ingredient, so we're just gonna braise some jerky in a pan and serve it to them.
Nope, nope, nope. All the flavors dance on.
See, Shiv here gave some like delicious looking kebabs and gulav, and she should have braised some jerky.
Gotta say, like, when I first saw this game on the schedule, I was expecting it to be like some sort of like WiiWare, like Iron Chef kind of deal. I was not expecting it to be this pretty. Like,
Yeah, it's
shoutouts to the sprite work. Like, it's really legit.
So that is Eric. That's Eric Wing. This is hand drawn. There's other artists and animators too, but almost all the artwork, almost all the dishes, most of the main poses are drawn by Eric. Did an awesome job with this game.
They look tasty. I have not had breakfast yet. This
I have
game
not either.
is not helping with that.
All right, Jelly Ghost wants a king bean. It's right here. I got you, Jelly Ghost. I got you covered. Ziggy was added as a playable character in the other modes, in like the daily challenge and the other modes. And with that, he got a full menu of items, and they're incredible. I love them. They're a lot of them are like American fast food styled or that sort of styling, and some of the names are like awful pun names. It's fantastic. So like the milk steak there, because he's a a necromancer, I guess, and he's also dead. I don't know.
Oh, love me some milk steak.
Yeah. My favorite is one of his dragon dishes is Euro the Dragon. That's so stupid. This is the fastest. I need to do one extra a mini game, and this is the fastest one in the game. It's the combo pan tutorial. This is day 3 with the combo pan, by the way. So 3 days in with the combo pan, now you get the tutorial. What it does is, what the combo pan does is, for each successive match you get in a row, it builds up your combo meter.
I graciously accept.
And for each increment on your combo meter, when the combo is done, it will dispense, I guess, a upgrade onto the board in a specific pattern, a checkerboard pattern starting in the lower left. And those upgrades, when they discharge, will upgrade one thing, whatever's there, one level. So we're going to use that here. This is the first time we're actually going to use that. Well, I actually do need to do the fire here. Cragmore battle. Cragmore are these little crabbles over here. He's having a fun time. So I also need 3 of these gourds and 1 of these lantern fruits. I'm gonna make my candle gourd soup. These gourds go in a specific position, and I have to rotate these in a specific order so that I have time to actually do stuff. So I can actually multitask while stuff's going on. You do not get your flavor dish. You do. Oh, no. I was holding the button ready to skip the text and pull the dish off.
Phenomenal. Outstanding.
So with that setup with the candle gourd soup, we're able to put that lantern fruit. The thing with that lantern fruit is it's 4 level 2 gems, but they're all at the highest state of fragility. You cannot rotate them at all. If you rotate them at all, they will break. But we can make that soup in such a way that we can stick that lantern fruit in, and it'll upgrade 3 of those 4 spots into level 3 gems. So we get Quetzal's special tea. Simon gives us this bear carving, which inexplicably can hold 3 items. It must be just gigantic. Here's the guy we cut in front. Here's the guy we cut in line. He's back for more.
Mina, rise.
And we have Scowl, which means more wind fruit, which means another opportunity to try to teleport to the top of the map. This does not always work. The enemies are not always in a cooperating position. They are this time. I need both Scowl pieces, so hopefully, did not. There's about a 1 in 5 chance it drops both. Did not get lucky this time. We're gonna do a backstab teleport kind of combo just to kind of hang in the air a little longer. We're gonna... That's not supposed to be there. Usually in the jerky, I'm gonna stagger them. Because if I don't, they don't match properly. Okay, this dish is done. I'm gonna turn it in while it's matching at least. Alright. The main tricks in this game, this is not a game, you know, like some speedruns with major game-breaking glitches. There's almost none. This is not a game with frame-perfect tricks. with, you know, intense execution. This is a game mostly about routing, about making these recipes. Much like as much as a cooking game can be, it's about the recipes and the cooking. So. The real effort is in the routing, and then trying to remember your routing, and then not screwing up your routing in the middle of your route. But if I do, you know, knowing what the ingredients are, where they are, what they do, and how to fix your mistakes. So our friends successfully joined the brigade. I'm not in yet. I still have another win to go. And this is my major restaurant rush. What did I just do? There we go.
Thank you, dearie.
So I need to get about 100 coins from this one rush. This rush pays extra due to an oversight on their part, on the developer's part. They had changed several times how this minigame worked entirely and just neglected to change this day in particular back to the original day. That's right. So different patterns pay different amounts. This one pays the most. That green, green, blue, red pays 5. Oh, I'm upside down. So.
Oh, thank you, dear. Oh, thanks.
I like this.
If I don't get enough, I can just do one of the other mini games in town.
Surprisingly good.
It just, you know, we don't want to waste time. Blue, red.
This looks wonderful.
Very much appreciated.
This looks delicious. Perfect. Thanks.
So are these puzzles randomly generated?
Yes, these are, yeah, I messed that one up. Hope I didn't need that one.
And so not only do
I
you
did not
have
need
to
that one.
remember the routing, but you also have to like juggle this like Bejeweled puzzle while you're cooking these meals.
Right, so with that, I was able to get enough money to afford 2 books, Master Expertise Speed and Vegetarian. And we're gonna challenge Wart here. We're gonna equip both of those right now. So these books are the most powerful thing in the game. Yeah, being able to get enough money for that is most of the other runners don't try something like that just because it's not. You have to be really quick at that to be able to think that you're consistent enough to get 100 coins from a single battle to do that. So those books that I just bought are expertise books. Kieran gave us one earlier. What those do is those give us a bonus, and what the bonuses are depend on the book. So we got speed, which seems good for a speed run. What speed gives us is a bonus for getting a dish up to 50 points or more within the first minute of the battle. So that first dish is at 50 points. That was at 50 points within seconds. So all these are at 50 points, and I'm just going to turn them in right now. You don't have to turn them in within a minute. They just have to be at 50 points within a minute. The other expertise I got is vegetarian, which gives you a bonus for including no meat. But you are allowed to include the theme ingredient, even if it is meat. So your dish can actually be all meat and be vegetarian. The bonuses are 75 points per dish per book that you meet the expertise for those particular expertise books. Vegetarian, you get a bit less if you don't include enough quantity of ingredients, which is why you might see a 30 or 45 or 60. But between those two books, we're going to end up getting 450 points worth of bonuses just off the top, just from the books alone. And that's going to, because we spent a full 2 minutes doing that extra restaurant rush just to get the money, so we need to save that back. And we're going to do that in just 3 fights. We're only going to really see the benefits in really 3 fights, which are the 3 fights that have 3 judges each. Oh, don't talk to people. All right, so I'm going to equip everything else. So I've got the tea, I've got the special satchel slots, I've got the books, I've got all the pans. I'm ready to go.
Knife, spoon, fork.
Knife, spoon, and fork, our final 3. The Gauntlet, Robuchon's Trial, named in game after the very first Battle Chef Robuchon, named in real life after Joel Robuchon. Hello, cook and don't take thanks. Joel Robuchon, the actual chef with the most Michelin stars of any chef in history. A nice little touch there. We are going to kill a dragon for the first time. The dragon can be scary. He has like some combo potential moves. He's breathes fire, but it's very scripted. He does the same stuff every time. Also unique to this fight is our. So it's 3 fights in a row. Oh, I need a water sauce. I got one. All right, that was convenient. Dragon. So I got 4 extra tomatoes, a king bean, and a water that I did not put in the dish. Those are gonna be used. All of those are gonna be used in the next fight. Specifically so that I don't even have to leave the kitchen. So our second fight here against Lieutenant Spoon. Armorox, really armored fellows. They spin, they shoot spikes, they have a lot of hit points, they reflect your attacks, they slow you down. They're really pains in the butt. We're not going to bother with that. Instead, we're competing for our spot in the brigade. So we're going to serve what they really want, which is beanie water and wet maters.
A delicacy. Lovely.
A starter ingredient with a bean, 215 points. This gorgeous globe of ephemeral art dessert gets 214 points. Sorry, wet maters gets 225. The range that the opponents can get varies from fight to fight. Some of the opponents can get very, very tight ranges, and some of them can get quite wide ranges. This fight in particular has a very wide range. Lieutenant Fork can score very highly on some dishes and very low sometimes. I do not take that. That is mine. The slimes are a lot like the birds. They'll take your items and turn it into sauces, and they're really annoying to deal with. All right, so we are going to make another edition of our soup. While that's going, I'm going to put this down. Okay. Start turning stuff in. This is the only one that's going to match the theme. All the rest is going to be off the mark. But that's okay, because all of those bonuses, I wasn't paying attention at the time. I should have Should have got them all.
Might be off the mark, but
Well,
they
we'll-
are very tasty bonuses.
195, yeah.
Outstanding. Transcendent.
That's right.
Yes, good. I approve.
Fort can score anywhere from about 400 to about 620 in this fight. All his dishes are like plus or minus 30 points. So from an average of 500, he could score anywhere from 400 to 620. So we did it. We beat the final three. We've joined the Battle Chef Brigade, but that is the end of Mina's story, but that is not the end of our game because we have Chapter 5. It's an interlude. What happened while Mina was at home? Because something important happened to Thrash, our orc friend, while we were away, and we get to play a chapter as him. First things first, they send us to Thorn, the Huntress, to learn about our combat abilities. Where Mina is very much a rogue, a lot of movement-based, wind magic. Thrash is an orc and a berserker, fire, and he absorbs ingredients with his sword, and it powers him up to a significant degree.
So do you just like expel those ingredients from your sword? Just like spoot it out?
I don't know. I haven't had the courage to ask him how it works. I actually did enough damage in the one phase to skip the second phase. So we're going to challenge Caesar again. We're going to remember to equip. He has a special firefish ingredient, which just starts with level 3 fire, which is handy, because he also has the special expertise he starts with,
Caesar.
which gives us 50 bonus points if our dish includes at least 4 level 3 fire ingredients for spicy. Tomato battle, we're going to go grab 1 tomato. We're going to make some tomato gazpacho. And if you've never made gazpacho, Thrash is going to teach you the recipe. Here's how you make gazpacho. You take dried puffer fish, you put it in a pan, and you add tomato for 1/10 of a second and serve it. You don't need to remove the bones. You know, gazpacho.
Exactly what I... Quite delicious.
This fight has a very tight range. Caesar will not score over 150 points. So all you need to do is grab that tomato, remember to equip the firefish, and add it together, and no problem. The judges will not deduct points for bones in their soup. They don't care.
It's extra flavor.
Yeah.
Get that good marrow protein.
So you make stock from bones, you just leave them in there. So we get a letter from home saying our wife Ardia is sick with what we believe is dark realm fever. Hello, buttons. With a dark realm fever, so we need to go to the dark realm to hunt down a Yoku to get us 3 special hearts to make a special cure. It's an emergency, but first some light shopping. What I bought there is a mana stone that gives us enough mana to cast 3 fireballs, and also a berserk boost, which is going to let us keep our berserk for longer. It's going to let this bar is going to drain down much slower. So here's how Thresh is going to show us how to really do the dragon fight. 3 fireballs, a counter, a jump, a fireball, and then a quick combo.
I think it's getting hotter here by the second.
It's the least amount of energy coalescing.
Fighting demons.
So in the Dark Realm, it's kind of like a mishmash of all the different areas of the game.
Dark ground is a twisted connection of Etusia. Not everything.
And there's at least one of every different enemy type, and I have to beat them all to get the Yoku to show up. Hello? Thank you. Alright. That slime just pieced out on me. Where are you at? Alright. This is why I got the Berserk boost, because that bar has barely moved this whole time. So the Yoku appears, the legendary beast itself, and is just one of these giant, stupid, steely birds. We're going to use the fire not only as damage, but as a stun lock, just to keep it from flying around on us. Since we're on normal mode and not on hard mode, I don't buy extra health because the monsters don't really do enough damage to be of much concern. But the extra mana is still super helpful to get the stun lock off. So we deposited the hearts for they needed to cook overnight, and nothing could possibly go wrong. As you might expect, something has gone wrong. The hearts were stolen, and now we're trying to see what we can do with what we have. Trick to these puzzles is just to keep stuff matching at all times. Since only one thing can be matching at a time, you just want to keep something matching at all times as best you can. There's a lot of fragile gems though, so you got to be careful with what you move. They told me to look out for someone with a red scarf. That looks like you. I bought this jerky too. So. Now we're going to go to Kitchen Coliseum with not common with this guy. Who's this guy? Why, he's the leader of an out-of-work acting troupe, and they're the guys who've stolen our hearts. Why did an out-of-work acting troupe turn mercenary and steal rare elemental hearts? That's a great question. I don't have an answer. What I do have is Thrash's special recipe for Nochi fruit. Nochi fruit yogurt. Here we go. We cook some jerky down in a pot, we add some dried puffer fish, and then we add a nochi fruit for 1/10 of a second and serve. You know, yogurt. I know what you're thinking, that sounds a lot like the gazpacho recipe, and you'd be wrong. This one has jerky.
Stupendous! 'Tis heavenly.
Yes!
We defeat Riv. They give us one of the 3 hearts because they have some stupid, I don't know, moral code, which they can be thieves and steal a critical cure for our ailing wife. But they will give us the stuff back, but only once a day? So we get a worry pouch there. And this is the last of our required restaurant rushes. I don't need money. I don't have anything to do. Usually on runs, I would actually just go over here and stare at this trash can. Call it the thrash can, contemplate life, talk about things. If there's any messages from anybody or anything, now would be a great time. If not, I'm just going to stir some pots.
Oh, this looks wonderful.
Ooh, perfect. Perfectly delicious.
Thanks. Oh, thank you so much.
Thanks.
All right, just as a reminder, folks, we do have a couple of final incentives coming up here in just a couple of hours. Both of them for our final game, Pokemon Legends Arceus. We got the clan choice, which you got a choice of the Diamond Clan or the Pearl Clan. We also got the player name incentives, so name them whatever silly name you want within reason. The power is yours.
Oh, this smells
Let's just
delightful.
get those donations in. Let's make it happen.
Let's do it, everybody.
Thank you, dearie.
This is actually really obnoxious. How do I get this? So it's like this. I had it in one more move. That's actually really tough because there's only barely enough gems, and one of them like could only move just enough spaces. But I didn't actually need the money, so. One more puzzle as well. And that is going to be it for our mini games for the run. We're down to just 4 battles from just. Oh, do not talk.
Try
I don't need to equip anything else either. It's just challenge. The other piece of equipment that Thrash got is this this oven. We didn't use an oven with Mina. Ovens are a class of items that slowly upgrade ingredients over time. We will be using Thrashes. Because like everything Thrash does, it only relates to fire. Oops, get it. So we can just stick this lantern fruit in there. Go. Stick this firefish in. And this. And let's. I just didn't do that right. I'm too anxious to hold the button to skip the text. You gotta wait a bit. This judge has some silly noises.
Stupendous. Marvelous.
Yes.
Okay, I did not need to match that fire. All right, 2 down, 1 to go. We need 1 more elemental heart to make the cure to save our wife. Who's the culprit behind the final?
A fight. All right.
Who's the culprit behind the final heart? Surprise! It's me, Dio. Dio is our opponent for the Squickle battle, and we are mad that it took so long. So we are going to be in a
Yada yada daze.
we're going to be in a permanent berserk state for this fight, for the Squickle battle. So our timer is this oven. We're going to put this jerky in the oven, and I want to be done with everything by the time that jerky is done. So here's what we're going to do. Run over, get 2 Squickle pieces. Beat this dragon up, same as last time. Get a king bean, get another squickle piece. They'll come back. Get a third king, or get a second king bean. That's all the ingredients we need. Now time to combo it up. Heart on the right, king beans on the right. That cooks steak on the left because that's going to get a combo piece. Stomach because that has enough room for this. And that is 4 fire, 4 earth. That lady on the right gets that. Fire fish go here so I can stir out the poison. Tentacle goes in here. Fire guy gets that. Lady gets the tentacle, and I have this much time to wait for this to cook. I probably don't need to wait, but that last upgrade is worth 70 points. And Dio has a huge range. He can score anywhere from 400 to over 600. So it looks like he's in a sub 500 score, so I probably didn't need
Stupendous!
to wait, but
'Tis heavenly.
if you were to lose a battle, all you do is just do it again. It's not a huge deal. So you got 550 actually. So I didn't actually need to. I would have gotten 610, I believe, but. All right, we get the Heart of Fire. We have all 3 hearts. We go back to Belchior. We give it to him to cook for the night. This time, success. Made of love, or cure made of love and 3 rare hearts. We now have to go home. The instructor we tell the instructor that we're withdrawing from the tournament to go home, but she gives us a leave of absence to go home to save her. So that was nice for her. We bring her back to the town for a bit of sightseeing. And our favorite out-of-work acting troupe can't help but make an appearance. And we head off to the practice kitchen, where it's a cooking battle against our wife. For no good reason, our kids want a tacoberry battle. And so who can resist them? And I'm going to do basically the same thing, except I'm not auto berserk, so I am going to go ahead and... Ooh, actually got all 3. Lucky drop there. I am going to go ahead and do the berserk on my own. I need 2 tacoberries, 1 more king bean. Basically the same cook. Heart on the right. Shank there this time. This guy gets the chorizo. And as soon as this upgrades, I'll just serve it like that. That should be more than enough points. So we give the kids what they definitely want, which is spicy pancakes.
Marvelous! Stupendous!
And with that, we have defeated our wife in a cooking battle. The true final boss of his story. So we are now on to chapter 6. One final test. All of our everything has led up to this. Who is behind the monster epidemic? It is a guy that we have not talked to before. It was a guy you actually could have talked to. He was on screen briefly in one of Thrash's days. We could have talked to him there. We didn't. I didn't even bring him up. I have to beat a Yoku as Mina though. Whoa. Mina's whirlwind kick. Will deflect his spikes back into him. not too much of a threat on normal mode. Bit of fast moving images there. Sorry about that. But this is the final battle. We've confronted Rixel for starting the monster epidemic. He has requested a trial by cooking because, of course, that's a thing. So one last battle. Our ingredient selection is very limited. We still are trying to be vegetarian as much as we can be. And so that means we have to do everything that we can with the ingredients that we have. And still get to 50 points within the first minute. So that goes in there, and that's going to hit 50 with 9 seconds to spare. Hopping down slopes is slightly faster. You do build up speed, but there aren't a lot of down slopes in the game. Grab a sauce here. Perfect, got the perfect sauce. And then 4 more ingredients, and we are home free. If the crab will stop nibbling at me. We need to start soup over here. Over here, this gets a hydroneck and a water sauce and is done. Our target is over 900 points, by the way. And I'm turning in a 52-point dish. So we are really relying on the bonuses to pick us up here. This dish is done. This dish just needs 1 more earth gem. And the hydra piece. All right, so we need 900 points, and we have about 350 in front of us. So our bonuses, we need every single one of them. Rixel can score anywhere from 700 to 900 or so. If I did everything right, this set of dishes should score 950 points. If I did, time will come up on the victory screen.
Exceptional.
Yeah.
Delicacy.
All right, that is it. Time coming up in about 10 seconds.
All right.
And time. So that was Battleship Brigade. I highly recommend this game. If you like puzzle games, if you like match resort games, this is such a unique take on it. You know, getting to choose your own ingredients, getting to do your things. You know, I was holding A, skipping through all this story. There's a lot of great voice-acted dialogue, a really great, positive, uplifting story. I cannot recommend this game enough. The guys at Trinket have been nothing but spectacular this whole time. Please check out Battle Chef Brigade. Check them out on Twitter, on Discord. Thank you so much to them, and thank you so much to Midwest Speedfest, to 2DCon for having me out here. I really appreciate it. How do we end up? What did I end up at? 101? Perfect. Pretty good. That's awesome. All right, thanks so much, everybody. And I don't know who's coming up next, but good luck to them, and good luck to all the runners tonight on finale day. And thank you so much.
All right.